Welcome to the Dropship Podcast, where you'll learn how to build and grow a high-ticket dropshipping business and hear stories from successful e-commerce entrepreneurs. Let's kick this thing off.
Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Dropship Podcast, Tactical Tuesday. And in this episode, we are going to be talking about how do you find local suppliers for your dropshipping business. So one of the things that we do differently here, what we talk about on the Dropship Podcast is working with local suppliers rather than dropshipping from overseas. And I know tons of people out there, because we see it all over the place whenever we post stuff on this, have questions about how do I find local suppliers for my dropship business, because all they know is going out there and finding products on AliExpress or things like that. And this idea, amazingly to me, and I think to Ben, this idea of finding local suppliers for a dropship business is kind of groundbreaking for a lot of people.
I remember searching pretty hard and not knowing where to start, not realizing that it was like just brands, right? Like I kept thinking in that aggregator sense of like, if you must go to AliExpress for products from China, there must be a US Express for products from America, rather than like, cutting that piece out and actually talking to the people who you want to sell.
Yeah. And I kind of want to, I think from the start, say that there's two types of local suppliers, right? There's a type that we work with, right, in our dropshipping businesses and how we recommend people do it. And there's some that we don't work with. So in a country like the US or Australia or any others, there are what are known as dropship directories and things like that. And, there are suppliers there that have access to tens and hundreds of thousands of products that often have been shipped straight in from somewhere like AliExpress. And we actually don't recommend working with those, do we?
Yeah, not directories. I will say there are like distribution companies who handle distribution for a few different brands, but definitely not directories. And I wish I knew a couple off the top of my head. They're easily findable, right? Like go Google something about finding US dropship suppliers and you will find these directories of people claiming to help you. And they're an unnecessary step. Yeah.
Cool. So what are we looking for here, Ben? So, I mean, when we say a local supplier, what do we like to see?
I literally want to give this away of like, here's how to do it. So like, I know this is a podcast. We can't give you any visuals, but like John and I often reference infrared saunas. So why don't we just walk through, like, here's how we would find the first 3 brands of infrared saunas. And I think it's going to be hopefully a simple process that even through a podcast, the listener can do. If you're driving, don't pull out your phone and do this Googling with us. But that's all we're doing. We're going to go to Google and I'm going to do it in real time. Just go to Google and type in infrared sauna for sale and see what comes up. If I type in infrared sauna for sale, I immediately get hit with some shopping ads on top, right? They're the ads with the picture in them. And if I expand the shopping ads, I can see Joyous, Maxis, Golden Designs, Snow, Medical Spectrum, a lot of Golden Designs, even more Golden Designs. So I would immediately put Golden Designs on my list, right? There's a whole bunch of brands on here, and I can take that even further by going to the actual shopping tab and looking on the left at the brands. Sunray, Blue Wave, J&H Lifestyles, Serene Life, Aleco, and Neosana are what are listed off this search term. From there, I would put all 6 of those in my list to investigate on whether these are brands I could carry. John, is there another step you would take at this point?
Yeah, so I mean, that's really a superficial and quick look. And like you said, you've already pulled out, I think, sort of 6 brands there. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the brand names of the products, right? Those are the companies. So once you've got those brand names, your next step is you go onto Google and you just put in Golden Design Sauna, and you're going to find Golden Design's website. That's your supplier, right? At a later point, you're going to contact them and get the approval. But my next step would be from there is I would actually start clicking into some of those ads and into some of the websites that are selling those products. And I'm going to go and look at their websites. And a lot of websites that that are resellers of products, they'll have a list of brands that they sell on their website, right? Like they'll have a column in the main navigation, it'll say brands, and you can just drop that down and see all the brand names that they're selling, or maybe it'll be in the sidebar or something like that. And once again, you might unearth another, 5 or 6 brands in there, and you put them on your list. So usually I have like a little spreadsheet that I'm going to use to record supplier information. I'm just going to put the names in a list, and later on I'll go back and I'll start Googling up those names to find the brand's website.
Hey, just want to jump in here real quick and say, if you're loving this show, the number one thing you can do to help us out is simply go to Spotify or iTunes or whatever you're listening on and smash that follow button, that subscribe button, and leave us a review. It really does help us reach more people. And if you've got a friend that you know should be listening to this, send the podcast over to them. We'd love to have them join us as well. And real quick, 2 quick resources I have for you. If you want to join us in our free Facebook group, you can find that at facebook.com/groups/Dropship Tribe, or just search the Dropship Tribe. And we also have a paid version of this podcast where you can get even more of John and I in longer form content. You can find that on Patreon at patreon.com/Dropship Podcast. All right, back to the show. I got to point out that, I think people are going to see this. We're going to do a future episode on how to name your business and what products you should carry. And maybe you remember from the Patreon episode that we aired a few episodes ago of hey, sell to one person and don't mix stuff. And I remember saying, I looked at a few websites who were selling everything. I'm seeing a Golden Design sauna on a website called Fire Pit Stock. What are you doing? This is not what we recommend. If you own a fire pit store and you want to sell fire pits and things to people who enjoy, backyard things like that, I don't think an indoor infrared sauna is something you should add to your navigation menu. But that's just my personal opinion. Sorry to insert that in there as we're talking. But I did pull these up, right? So immediately I saw Sunray, right? So you're probably wondering the next step. We made a list of these brands. John told you, click into some of these websites and look at the list of brands they have, right? This should fill out all of your brands you want to carry. Now I went to Google again and I typed in Sunray Saunas. The first organic listing, not the ad, is their website, sunraysaunas.com. And I'm going to go there and see, this looks like the brand. And wouldn't you know, they have a Become a Dealer button right on the top of the page. This is exactly what we want to do. So we're going to become a dealer for them. Same way that if Sunray was sold in Home Depot would get in contact with Sunray and become a dealer for them as well, right? And they might keep stock. We're not going to keep stock. We're going to drop ship this stock, but we are the exact same as Home Depot in this situation. We are a retailer for their brand. And so that's as easy it was for Sunray. They literally have an application on their website. And you can call the phone number. We would definitely recommend calling the phone number rather than filling this out and get in touch with the right person. But that's as easy as it was for one brand. I'm going to guess Golden Designs is the same way. I've typed in Golden Design Sauna on another window. Again, the first organic listing is goldendesigns.inc.com. This is their website. And it looks like they have a whole lot of products that would be great for your infrared sauna store. No Become a Dealer button here, but I'm going to guess there's a way that you can find the phone number and give them a call. There you go. Warm up with North America's best-selling infrared saunas. Contact us today at 909-212-5555. Give them a call and let them know, hey, I own this site and I'd love to become a dealer for your brand. This is as simple as it is to finding U.S. suppliers. It's simply the brand themselves. You're working directly with them, and then you need to reach out to them to get them on board, which we're going to go into a little deeper in forthcoming episodes.
And look, I mean, if you get to this point and you've gone through that exercise and you still feel like you want to trawl up a few more names, or you're having difficulty, maybe your idea is a path a bit less traveled and, there's not so many websites to look at or something, just get back onto Google, onto the main search page, and you can start looking up things like infrared sauna manufacturers, infrared sauna brands, infrared sauna importers, infrared sauna distributors. Just whatever your product type is that you want to sell, just add some of those variations onto the end, like manufacturer, supplier, distributor, importer, etc. And in the Google results, you're going to find more examples of people who like brands that, sell, either manufacture or produce in some way the products that you want to sell. So between those things, you're going to find easily enough brands that you can put on your list to approach to get your business off the ground. And you've got to go through the right process to get those approvals, which, as Ben mentioned, we're going to talk about in a future episode for sure.
Yeah, I think that the easiest thing, if you're in, like, infrared saunas is pretty popular, right? There's quite a few people selling infrared saunas. The easiest thing in very popular markets is to find a dropshipping business and just go look at, here's the brand list, right? If their product pages say ships directly from manufacturer, they're dropshipping, which again, a lot of the internet is. And so if you can find those websites, that's the easiest way to collect your brand list. Now, if you're selling something like commercial trash cans or something more a little, I don't know if the right word is dystopian here, but like just something off the wall. If you're selling something completely off the wall here, you're going to have a harder time finding brands. And so use those long tail searches John recommended. And don't be afraid to, like, if you find a brand and you don't find another website selling the brand, don't be afraid to call them. Like, just find out if you can sell for them. Like, we're going to show you how to contact suppliers in a future episode, but that's as simple as it is go to Google and type this in and find the brands that are listed there. And then you're going to become a dealer for those brands.
Yeah, and I would encourage people to dig a bit deeper than just looking at other drop shipping sites to pull brand names off. I mean, yes, as Ben said, that's absolutely the quickest way to find the names and names that will probably approve you. But if that's all you do, and I've known plenty of people and that's all they did, you're going to miss names as well. And just because you see a supplier that's not on another dropshipping website doesn't mean that they're not going to dropship for you. So I'd recommend that you put anybody you can find on your list who supplies the type of products that you want to sell, because you may, and it still happens, you may uncover some gold there that nobody else is selling right now.
Now that I'm thinking about it, John, we're doing this on a podcast, so it might not be quite as easy to follow along, but we do have a full training on this, and it's absolutely free. Go to dropshipbreakthrough.com, click on the free training on the website, and John walks you through this whole process. What is it, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, John, something like that? And I think there's
45 minutes.
And I think they're streaming every 15 minutes or something like that. It's a recorded webinar. Just go on there, and John will walk you through this entire process. And by the end of it, you should have a list of suppliers that will take you to the next step, which is, what should you name your business? And we'll help you do that next week. Thanks for listening to the Dropship Podcast. You can find all the show notes for this episode at dropshippodcast.com. And if you're ready to take the next step in your dropshipping journey, we invite you to join us inside Dropship Breakthrough, where John and I will walk you through step by step in starting your own high-ticket dropshipping e-commerce business. But that's not all. Dropship Breakthrough will also teach you everything you'll need to know to grow your business and take it to the next level. So head over to dropshipbreakthrough.com and sign up for our free training that will help you take the first steps towards building and growing your own profitable high-ticket dropshipping business.